Here we have Cuddy and Milo after their spa treatment, looking super fluffy and great, enjoying their dinner. Best friends.
Time to say goodbye to Princess Abby. She's like, no, I want to stay. So Abby came in with what we thought was a tooth infection. She had some rotten teeth. She went to the vet, got the rotten teeth out. Oh yeah, she had like a burnt tongue, which must have been from a beetle or something she ate. So she's now good to go back. So we're gonna take her all the way home to Goliath, which is pretty much the furthest point away from here. Yeah. So we're gonna cheat and use the wheelbarrow to carry the cage. It's all uphill as well.
No more hot water bottles.
She's not happy with you, Connie.
I'm sorry, love.
Yeah, maybe get the blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I'm sorry, girl.
She does not like you.
I'm not sure the blanket's gonna do a lot. Maybe just for your hands, for the one carrying like on the bottom.
Oh yeah, push it forward a bit. Yeah.
You got it? I want my face in this film.
Them's your chopping fingers. So Appy's cage, right at the top of the hill. This is Goliath Troop. Past Bentley, BB, new arrival Arlo, wherever he is. He's always on the perch. And everyone's favourite, Rocio.
Oh no, we should have had Mark come in. You've got the slimmest squeeze.
You're in too far. Yeah, I always just put the front in. Yeah, because when you tip it, you need to be able to open this door. Yeah, like just the front legs, just in. Yeah, there you go, that's it.
Now.
So Jamba, my lover. You might have to shuffle it back a tiny bit. Well, you might just need to shuffle the whole thing.
Oh, I forget the door has to open.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, we've now got Jamba and Appy in the crush cage.
You'd think Jamba would scare her out. Oh, it's Appy! Is that staying?
Oh, close it, close it. There you go.
So it's the fourth day that Mango's playing with Satchmo. Didn't want to disturb them just now as it was very cute, Mango laying on his back. So yeah, they've been having a good time again. So shortly we'll be introducing Z for the second time. But these two, they just love to play, and they play rough, but they both enjoy it. They've both been given some lovely lush, fresh green grass to eat, and Mango's just taken the whole bunch. Mango's just been given his food. Satchmo's not come down just yet. Hopefully he's respecting the hierarchy. Mango's making sure he gets all the good bits first, like the bananas. So Mango's eat more fruit, a lot more fruit than the Vervets do. So we try and put in some indigenous fruits now and again, such as the marulas as well, and some berries.
Today I've got the milk shift in the afternoon. I'm not usually on rota, but COVID has left us very short on people, so I'm covering some shifts. But milk shift's one of my favorites because I get to go around and see the babies. So basically, still half full. we're going around and checking if there's any empty bottles, any of the feeding cages. If there is, I just collect them and bring them back. This is Ricky. She is the bottle thief. Protective chicken wire here to stop her reaching around and grabbing the bottle. She steals at least four during the start of baby season. So this is Gizmo Troop. Oh, here we have the sweetheart of the troop. This is Brownie. She's the second oldest monkey on the foundation. She's about 26, 27 years old. And she has a very golden coat. Hence the name Brownie. So it's a small enclosure, so it only has 2 feeding cages. Here's the new alpha female. They're all turning up here. This is Plotty. She's a big girl. So she's the alpha female. And she is the last alpha female's foster daughter. So the top is the other feeding cage. And this one's still full. So we use these flaps with hooks to stop the bandits stealing the milk bottles. So we just go up this path, up the hill, and we come to the Goliath enclosure, one of our biggest. I believe it's the 4th biggest. Skunky enclosure, just very slightly bigger. So, but this definitely has the best trees. It has some gigantic trees. So up at Goliath we have, on this bottom corner, we have Mrs. Gold, one of the best mums around. She's with little Ellie. This is little Ellie. So let's check Ellie's. Still foolish. So she's had some of it, but doesn't need refilled. Connie monitoring. You find them all yet? So Connie, the top section staff. So she knows the troop. So every 2 days we throw seeds and make sure they're all accounted for. Got some of the orphans from a few years ago. This is Ziggy. He's too busy eating. So this is the last troop to check in top section, and this is the Dino and Daniel troop, commonly known as D&D. Nicholas, Princess up on the perch there, you can't quite see her. So this is Melandro and Turk just behind. She might poke her head out. There she goes. And over to the right we have Barney being groomed by Cheyenne. Cheyenne was an orphan from 3 years ago as well. And Cheyenne is actually was looked after by Melandro and carried into the troop by Melandro. Wouldn't quite call her a foster mum. Cheyenne was quite old at that point, a bigger baby, and was quite independent. So as you can see with a lot of these orphans, they're very good foster mums themselves. They're very good at looking after the babies. It's almost like they remember what it was like. But of course in general, Vervet's very good at looking after babies. So back to the Milk's cabin. Here we have Maria. Oi. So you had 5 bottles, all from Coco, the Coco Guzzlers. Dobby and Carla drink a lot of milk. So basically this is the milk prep area. We clean the bottles. Each trip has their own bowls so that we minimize any contamination between the babies, just in case. And then we refill with new milk and then drop them back out again. So all the bottles were from Coco Troop, and they have 4 in 2 feeding cages. And as usual, Dobby and Carla have drank everything from every bottle, which means they're now on 360 milliliters for the day, which is by far the highest from any troop. Maybe Skunky come close. But yeah, big drinkers. So we record the milk in the books. So we have a record of it each day, how much each troop are drinking. If I can find Coco. This is Coco. So yeah, they've drank 6 out of their 8 bottles today, they've finished. So this is the life of a male bandit on a sunny day, sprawled out, letting him hang and being groomed by what looks like Fluffy Chops, one of the higher ranking female bandits. Doesn't look like he's going to move for quite a while.
We're just down at the Mango enclosure, the Samngo enclosure, and there's lots of juvenile bandits around and baby bandits, the wild troop, all in the trees. They're just curious, they're just watching. Having fun, chilling in the shade because it's very hot today. It's about 32 degrees today. And they're also just watching Rocky the dog down below as well. Hey Rox, he's a good boy. Rox is used to them now though, and the monkeys are quite used to him too, so they're just curious about him, but they don't really seem too bothered, unless of course he runs after them. There's Wrench in the background doing Mango and Satchmo. Mango and Satchmo are playing there in the background. And Wrench is just keeping an eye on them, doing some observations, see how they're getting on. They seem quite calm at the moment, which is unusual for Mango and Satchmo. They're usually busy playing. It's very peaceful and very quiet. Hello, you two. Having a scratch?
Just walking down to the Skunky enclosure. Today's the big day for Rox. After all he's been through with his recovery from broken legs, he's finally made it to foster moms, and today's the day he finally gets released into the troop. He's a bit older, so The foster mom progress is a bit different as he doesn't have a strict foster mom. So the grass is cut and it's now time to let Rox out. We have quite the crowd here. A lot of females and the 2 babies as well. So the team just getting organised, but we're pretty much ready to let him out. So we have the alpha female here as well. Just at the front, Paradise. And then we have Button. Yeah, Paradise is at the front there. Yeah, I would go ahead. Yeah. There's Pan.
Knees out.
Rox just being approached by the alpha Paradise. Just a little nervous. He's here playing with Button. So they're still all just outside the intro cage. And that's Rox in the middle now. And he's found a little playmate in Button. Quite a few of the females here, Paradise. He looks pretty comfortable. He's very confident. So this male is Winnie. It's very large.
Meanwhile, at Skunky Troop, there's a bit of a grooming session going on. We've got Jethro sitting not far from Rox. He's kind of been a bit of a protector, like a little bodyguard for him. If anybody went near to him when he was in the cage, then Jethro would eyebrow the humans to stay away. Rox is very brave around the males. It's not usual for the babies to be quite so brave when they first go out, but he is very brave. Rox is just there on the right in the background, near Reggae Malawi, and then Jethro still on the right, Button on the left. Rox playing with Button. He gets around just fine for a monkey with one leg. Rox is currently following Pan around. He's just been sitting with Jambi in a tree, but is mainly with Pan now. Pan's part of the alpha group, so that's a good sign. When Rox was in the feeding cage, Pan didn't want to stay in the intro cage initially, but we could see that Rox had a good bond with Pan. They used to call to each other when he was in the intro cage and Pan was outside. And now there he is following her, which is fantastic. She just didn't want to stay in the intro cage, she wanted him to come outside. Pan's actually just started carrying Rox around, which is fantastic. So there's Pan, she's just been carrying Rox around, which is always a brilliant sign with the babies because that's what they would naturally do. There's a whole cuddling session going on. Oh.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please think about becoming members or donating. It does help us, and at the moment we need as much help as we can get, with absolutely no income coming in at all, possibly to January. So please help where you can. We do appreciate it, and it also makes it possible for us to carry on bringing you these videos. See you next time in the next episode. Thank you.